Good morning. Look at this beautiful sunrise today. Looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day. Hi, baby. Okay, you ready to go for a walk? I have just finished putting myself together for the day and it's like 9:30, so it's about time we get to it. On the agenda today, I have some work to do this morning. I have a client meeting, and then in the afternoon, I really need to go get groceries. Usually I like order them, but I really need them like for today. So I have to actually physically go in and get them. And then I have a few errands to run. And then tonight we have training with Cookie, Peppy training. So I have to go get her some training treats because we're out of those and we obviously need those. So that is the plan. I will take you along for all of it. Let's get started. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to eat this. Okay, so I'm done the work that I needed to get done for today. I had my delicious lunch. I took Cookie out for a little break, and now it's time to run around and do some errands. Got groceries, I have to go to Shoppers, and I gotta get Cookie some treats for her training tonight. So that's the plan, and then I'm hoping that I get back with enough time to maybe do some training with Cookie, and then, I don't know, we'll see, maybe just like do some stuff around the house. And then I'll have to start cooking dinner because as soon as Jared gets home, we have to pretty much leave to go. We have to like eat and run out the door to get to training on time. So that's the plan. I'm back with my groceries that I need to unpack, but while I was grocery shopping, such an embarrassing and just a horrible thing happened. I was like, you know, in the grocery store, cart full of vegetables or whatever I was getting, and I get a text from a friend that says, "Hey, are you on your way?" And you know that that text means that I am not where I should be at this moment. And I totally forgot that I was supposed to meet up with a friend for coffee. For some reason, I thought it was like on a different day, but it was actually today. Funny thing is, my friend was actually half an hour late herself. So she had like messaged me earlier being like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm on the way." But my data was turned off. So I didn't like get the message on Instagram. until I got home later, but then she texted me and was like, where are you? And I was like, I'm so embarrassed and I feel so bad. And like, I was actually really looking forward to like meeting up with her and getting coffee and whatever. I mean, I don't drink coffee, but anyways, that's gonna have to be rescheduled, but we're moving on. Gotta unpack these groceries. Probably going to make some food after so that we can get ready and head out right out after Jared gets back from work. So. In the video. Oh, do you want to say hi? Hi. Until recently, getting a dog felt like beyond impossible. Even though my husband has been ready to get a dog since we moved in together and since we got married, I, on the other hand, have been very hesitant. Not because I don't like dogs. I love dogs. They're adorable. How can you not love them? But just because the idea of it just had me feeling so stressed and overwhelmed, and it just felt like way too much to take on because I correctly assumed that getting a new puppy would be a lot of work. It would test your patience. It would be kind of stressful, and I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong about that. But this past year, something really shifted and changed and got me to a point where slowly but surely I got closer and closer to the idea of thinking, you know what, I think I could actually handle this. I think I could take on that kind of responsibility. And now I could not be happier with Cookie. I love her so much. I am so glad we got her. It was a bit of a semi-spontaneous decision. We knew we were getting a dog at some point and we knew we wanted a Shiba, but they were A, super expensive, and B, hard to find, and also just if you did find them, it was like a super long wait list. So we were debating, should we look at different breeds or, you know, like what's the plan? Jared just happened to check Kijiji that week, and there was a brand new litter of Shiba puppies available nearby. It wasn't from like an official breeder, but we decided to go look at them, and by the time we went to go see them, there was only like 3 of them left, and I think there was like 6 or so to start with, and like 1 was accounted for, so there were really only 2. So we're like, if we want one, we gotta just like take it home with us now, immediately. And we did. We had nothing ready to go. We had to go to the pet store that day and get her like a collar and food and like this and that and all this stuff. That being said, even though it was somewhat spontaneous, it worked out great and I love her so much. Yeah? Aren't you just the cutest? Anyways, there were a few key things that helped me get to this point where I feel like now I have the capacity to be a dog mom and not feel super stressed or resentful or some type of way about it, but actually feel really excited and happy the way you would hope, you know, you would feel when you get a dog. And I'm really glad that I waited until I felt ready to jump into it, because I truly don't think it would have been the same experience if I got a dog even like 1 year ago. So I wanted to share what a few of those things were that helped me get to this place and expand my capacity. That's really how I see it, as kind of like your ability to hold bigger things and more things without feeling like you're going to like break under the pressure. Basically just being able to handle stressful situations with a little more grace and flexibility and a bit more of like a lighthearted approach, because I am someone who tends just to take things more seriously than some things need to be taken. So the first and probably the biggest thing that led to this change was therapy. Last fall, at some point, I started to feel like even though there was nothing big or dramatic or you know, overly negative happening in my life. I was mentally, emotionally, spiritually just like not doing well. I had been doing personal development for years and years before this point, but it kind of got to a point where I felt like I had gone as far as I could kind of on my own through piecing together this personal development stuff. And I just felt like I could really benefit from some support, someone to talk to, and some feedback as well. I just felt like doing anything else at that point would have been a way of like bypassing what I really needed, which was therapy. Therapy honestly did a lot for me. And as I was working through, you know, past experiences, lingering emotions, learning how to handle situations in my daily life in a better, healthier way, I found that all of that energy that I had previously been using to ruminate or to feel regretful or daydream about what my life could have been, you know, like trying to suppress the emotions that I didn't want to be feeling or dealing with, all that energy that I had been using on that was now unlocked and available for me to use on other things in life in more productive and healthy and joyful ways. I just feel like I got pieces of myself back and pieces of my energy back that I could now, you know, choose how I wanted to use them instead of feeling like that energy was constantly being hijacked and used to run in the background of all of this like negative stuff. I think sometimes we forget how often, you know, our traumas, whether that's like little T or big T trauma, how all of these like unresolved and unprocessed emotions or thoughts or other things and experiences can affect our present day life. I'm honestly so grateful that I was able to access therapy and make it work on like a regular basis for a while, because it made such a huge difference. And I think it was honestly like one of the biggest things that led me to being in a place where I now feel like stable enough internally and externally to bring a puppy into my life. The second thing that helped support me in this expansion into my next level, if you want to call it that, is yoga and breath work. When I did my life coaching certification back in 2019, that's when I first learned about somatic work and how powerful the body is in giving us information and providing this sense of awareness and also as a processing system. What's wrong? A really good book, if you want to like dive into more information about that, is The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk. I think I got that right. I'll link it below. And as great as therapy was, and my therapist in particular was actually did use some somatic and sound techniques. In this one session, I was literally like lying under this giant like full length, body length drum, and she was like playing it, and there was like other sounds and stuff happening. It was pretty cool. But you know, there's only so much that can be accomplished within like a 1 hour therapy session, and your progress can really be expedited and your learnings can really be like deepened and soak in more when you find ways to embody it in your daily life. That's what yoga and breathwork has done for me. Not to mention also that like pranayama, which is yogic breathing techniques, is such an effective way to regulate your nervous system and was so helpful in helping me kind of like create that sense of groundedness and feeling a little more settled and established instead of feeling like I'm kind of like as if there's chaos in my mind. I know a lot of people like to use meditation for that, which is great, but I feel like pranayama is just like the perfect in-between spot that connects like body and mind and spirit and everything. For me, it was just so effective, and then it's also a great way to set yourself up for meditation afterwards, rather than just going from like absolute chaos to like trying to be peaceful or aware or quiet. Anyways, there's a lot I could say about that in this video, but I don't want to ramble about it too much. So let me know if this kind of stuff is of interest to you in the comments below, and I will make, you know, another video about embodiment and yoga and breathwork and using all of those tools for personal growth. The third thing that I don't think I could have gotten to this place without is building self-trust. The process of building self-trust was a very slow, layered, multi-dimensional process. You know, still is a process and always probably will be a process, at least for me. It's definitely one of my big life lessons, I think, that I'm going to continue to come back to and be learning over and over and over again. But being able to trust myself and rely on myself and feel capable of myself and feel like responsible, it was so essential in allowing me to feel confident to now be responsible not just for myself but for another living being and to raise a puppy. Again, there's like so much to talk about when it comes to self-trust, but suffice it to say that if you feel like you need help handling everything in your life, self-trust might be a piece of the puzzle. When I think of expansion, I think of it as like a rubber band where it stretches when it meets opportunities that are bigger than what it currently is. The more it stretches, the more it grows and expands, and then it can handle bigger and bigger and bigger things. And that's what I feel has really happened over the past year, that my kind of like baseline state and my baseline capacity has really increased, and I'm so glad it did, and I'm so thankful that I have Cookie now and that I can have her and that I can like enjoy being a dog mom. And that's not to say that it's not stressful, that's not to say that she still doesn't test my patience, but that patience is there now. You know, it's not like worn so thin that, I shouldn't say it's not difficult because sometimes it is, but it's not worn so thin that you start to like question if it was the right decision or feel bad about it or just do things that the best version of yourself wouldn't do. But yeah, I'm so grateful that Cookie is that expansion for me. Even in the several months that we've had her, she has encouraged me to really stretch beyond what I thought I was capable of and unlock these like new pieces and like new levels to myself. I feel like I'm kind of like leveling up with her because of what she's bringing out in me. And yeah, I just feel like I'm stepping into a fuller version of me, and that both had to happen, you know, before I had Cookie, or else it could have just been like really, really painful of an experience instead of the really beautiful experience I feel like it's turning out to be. So anyways, those are some thoughts on dog mom life that I've just really been like reflecting on lately. Now it is time to cook some food. So let's do that. Okay, soup is cooking, so that's pretty much done, because when it's done I just have to like blend it all to make it into a butternut squash soup, which I am so excited for. And now I have to make real dinner because Jared does not like butternut squash soup. I'm gonna make some salmon that I picked up at the grocery store with some asparagus, and I think I'm gonna use like soba noodles or something. So that's next on the list. We are back. It has felt like a very long day. Training with Cookie was like, I'd say like a 6 out of 10. So not great. But considering I didn't do too much training with her over the past week, also not really surprising and kind of my fault. So the good news is we have a few weeks because of like the holidays to work on it with her before we go back to class in January. So we're definitely going to be doing a lot of that. Otherwise, I mean, I'm tired, but it was a good day. I'd say overall, good day, successful. I feel like I was pretty productive. I did work, I did errands, I cooked, and I took Cookie to her training. So I don't know, I feel like that was pretty good for me. Now it is time to have my tea relax in bed. I'm gonna end this vlog here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would absolutely love it if you could like and subscribe. It really helps support this channel and helps me to grow. I will see you next time. Bye.